Breaks a couple of tackles. Headlock on him, go! Headlock on him, go! He could go all the way!
Tonight, we're going to see two highly ranked teams come and face each other in North Charleston. the Oceanside Land Sharks, ranked number 1 in the state of South Carolina for all of 2A, as they run out onto the field, are going to be faced off against the home team, Academic Magnet Raptors. Academic Magnet also highly ranked, though. They're number 2 in the entire nation amongst public high schools for their whatever you do. Nobody get hurt in this game tonight. We got to make it through the month of October until we can get into those playoffs. And Academic Magnet kicks it off short. We pick it up at the 35-yard line, have it across the 40, and that's where the Land Sharks are going to start. Magnet, of course, won the toss. We were a little late getting on the air today. They elected to kick it off and let the Land Sharks start off on offense, and that we will do.
I'd say that was Maxie Mormon that picked up that kickoff, Robert, and our hearts and condolences go out to the Mormon family tonight. Max's grandmother, Ann Mormon, passed away. I know Denny and Max's brother Brett are up in Kentucky taking care of business. But Mormons, we love you, and hang in there, and we'll get a big W for you tonight in honor of the matriarch, Ann. So,
our hearts are heavy, and we're thinking of you guys tonight as we play a game here in North Charleston. Players late getting out onto the field for the Raptors, wearing Charleston green tonight. We're wearing the all-white uniforms and going left to right. Looks like we've got a little, I don't know why it's kind of slow getting going here, Swish.
Well, I tell you, it seems like every game we have some kind of an equipment issue. Cole Strickler, whose dad Craig is in South Africa listening in. So, Craig, I hope you're hanging in there and you're awake. I know the time differential is big, but Cole has to go out for a play. Kyle Baldwin comes in for him, and here we get underway.
Edward Reidenbach, your quarterback. He's starting out with number 3 as his running back tonight. And that, of course, is Zach Hagedon, but he wants to throw it. He completes it to Kyle Baldwin, number 21, and he has a first down on the first play from scrimmage.
Great to see Kyle actually get some action. It's been a long time coming for him to get in the game. First play, great little route, well executed. First down, Land Sharks.
Our offensive line is down 2 players due to injury, and we're plugging in there and doing the best that we can without Finn Johnson and Owen Millard. Now we've got a first down on their 47. Hand off to Tuck Swisher. Tuck goes up the middle and falls forward, picking up about 6 or 7 yards.
I think he was a little upset. He got tripped up there. He had some big green in front of him there, and I think he was ready to bust out there to the sideline, but saw him smack the ground a little bit. But look for Tuck to have a big night. I'm glad to see him back again, Robert.
Tucker made his debut for the season last game against Lake Marion, and tonight he wants to add some more to that one against Academic Magnet. We got 4 wideouts. Edward wants to throw it. Looking downfield, has all day, has Cole Strickler, but 2 guys were there, and he was lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, that play took a while. Great protection on the front line there, Robert. Play took a little bit of time to unfold, and Edward tried to squeeze one in there right between 2 Raptors. I'm glad you're right. We're lucky we didn't get picked on that one.
So now we've got it third down and about 6 or 7 yards. We've put 2 tight ends over on the left side. Hand off to Tuck. He's going to run behind those guys, only able to pick up a couple yards. And this Raptor team does look a little tougher than what we're used to. We're now going to have it 4th down and about 5 to go. You figure we'll go for it here near the midfield marker. We're going to send our starting quarterback out, though. Will Virgilio, number 13, coming in. That's unusual. And Tuck Swisher is going to stay in at running back. Edward Reidenbach just charged off. This was an intentional thing. Nothing seemed to be wrong with Edward. Will puts Trey Brown in motion left to right. Tuck Swisher in the backfield. They play a little option. Pitch to Tucker. Tucker has the first. Tucker hits 2 guys and pushes them about 5 or 6 more yards downfield before they finally drag him down at the 26-yard line.
Hey, nice little wrinkle, guys. I mean, I would expect to see Devin Yard come in, but, hey, Chad Wilkes is a coach that's going to play the players that play well during the week. And maybe he saw something in Will Virgilio. He brought in there a little option pitch play to Tuck. Executed well, first down, Land Sharks.
And Will staying in there at quarterback, Swish. Tuck staying in at running back. Not sure what's going on there. They're going to do option again. Will keeps it. Will Virgilio all the way up the middle into the end zone. I guess they knew what they were doing because they scored a touchdown.
Yeah, what is it, a minute, 2 minute, 2.5, 2 minutes and 9 seconds into the game, and then scores. You know, it's probably going to get used to this all night long, Robert.
Will Virgilio coming in and running option, and I'm scratching my head. I don't remember us running any option all season.
Well, that's, again, a testament to Coach Wilkes and staff. They're going to show what they need to show week by week, but they start keeping, as you get kick is up and good by Quinn Mahoney there. But as the weeks go on, you don't want to show a whole lot to your opponents, but I like what I'm seeing. We're throwing new wrinkles in as the season gets older, making us a little bit less predictable as the season goes on.
The Raptors now going to take it over after a kickoff on offense. Let's tell you who their captains are. Ransom Hudson, a senior, number 2. Tate Brown, number 3, their quarterback. Will McCullough, number 26, I think it is. And then number 40, Sammy Cooper. Those were the 4 guys who went out there and won the toss.
Yeah, Will McCullough, he's a great kid. He's actually a Mount Pleasant boy, kid that played with all these guys, and so he's pretty friendly with a lot of Land Sharks. Also, Dean McCullough, his younger brother's on the squad as well. Both great kids, come from a great family, so looking forward to seeing them execute and play well tonight.
And the Raptors are going to go with a single back deep. I think that's number 15. And that would be Dean McCullough, another one of those McCullough boys from Mount Pleasant. As we get ready to kick it off, Jake Rook, number 10, going to do the honors after we scored our first touchdown on the first drive of the game. It looked like the Raptors might have us trapped, but we converted a 4th down and then ran about a 30-yard touchdown. Quarterback Will Virgilio keeping it. And McCullough takes it at about the 1. He comes up to the 10. He's hit there, brought down at about the 12-yard line.
I'm interested to see this number 3 quarterback, Brown. I think he's a pretty good player, Robert. He's had some great success early in the season. I want to see how he does, though, against that defensive front pressure that you know is going to be bringing full force for the Land Sharks here.
I'm pretty sure that he played some quarterback in this game last year. His name very familiar. Last year we had to go to a running clock in the second half. It was really not competitive at all. We're all kind of hoping, really, that this game will be a little more challenging for the Sharks. So the Raptors in their Charleston green coming up to the line. The quarterback in the backfield. Tate has one running back to his left side. He's going to take it from the shotgun. Quick screen over to the left side. Number 2 has it. We sling him forward down at about the 15. He gains about 2 or maybe 3 yards on that play. Ransom Hudson, number 2, was the wide receiver there. And those wide receiver screens like that are kind of familiar to us. I think Lake Marion was trying that some in our last game. That was about the only thing they had much success with.
Well, think about it, Robert. Again, that front defensive line pressure that we have is probably one of the best in the state. If you're going to try to hold the ball for 2-3 seconds, it's a disaster for any offense. So they've got to go to a quick game to make anything happen.
One of our big changes on defense due to injury, Dylan Baker out. In his place, Trey Brown is in at left defensive end as Tate drops back, completes a pass for a first down. Number 4 has it. We bring him down at the 30-yard line, but give Cooper Mitchell credit. He found an open spot in our defensive backfield, and Tate made the completion.
I love the fact that they came out with a big first down right there, and because there's been a lot of talk about how big of a differential it'll be tonight, Robert. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, these guys aren't going to roll over just because Oceanside's ranked number 1 and they know how good of a team this is. I'm excited to see the type of fight that Academic Magnet will put up tonight and see how long they can sustain it.
I've got torn loyalties tonight, Swish.
I know you do.
My daughter graduated from Magnet, my son from Oceanside. But we'll see which one's going to come out on top tonight. We might even see my boy Dana here. He's on fall break. As the Raptors have it, 1st and 10. It's a pitch to the running back who was in motion left to right. Didn't fool anybody, though, and there's no gain on that play. In case you're just joining us, Oceanside scored on their first drive, and we have a 7-0 lead now as Magnets looking at a 2nd down and 10.
I'm not sure that they're going to have an easy time establishing a run, so I'm going to predict, Robert, we're going to see a lot of quick game, a lot of quick passes, screens, bubble screens, hitches, that may be the only way that these guys get some positive yardage moving here tonight.
I mentioned our defensive line. We got Big Mike Jones out there, Timmy Castine, and, of course, the beast, Ben Britton, number 54. Second down and 10, high snap, Tate grabs it, has a receiver over on the left flat. Number 2 maybe picked up 1.5 yards, and that'll make it third down and long for the Raptors as he's brought down over there pretty quickly.
Yeah, Nate Stern, number 16, and Zach Haggett on number 3. Johnny on the spot there. Again, quick screens, that's about the only way they're going to get the ball out of the backfield tonight.
Swish, I don't see Tez Spine out there tonight.
Yeah, Tez is dressed. I see him on the far sideline with his helmet off. I don't know what's going on, but we'll there's a few new players playing out here tonight as well, too. So I think we might have to look at the roster quite a bit because I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of replacements tonight.
C.J. Moskos is at one corner, Nate Sturm at the other. As Tate drops back trying to get this third down conversion, Zach Hagedon hits the receiver just as the ball arrives, but the referee said he was a little bit early. I don't know about that.
I don't know either, but close enough. We'll give it to the benefit of the offense tonight. But
I just looked at a replay on that one, and I don't know about that.
Maybe a little home field advantage here at CCSD 4.
At any rate, it's going to give the Raptors another first down on their first drive of the game.
Hey, the ball's out midfield now to the 47-yard line. Started on what was it, the 14 or the 15-yard line. So they're moving the ball. And here they've sustained a drive, and they're keeping probably the best way to try to battle the land sharks tonight is keep the ball out of their hands.
The Raptors in no hurry here. They're doing a full huddle every single play. As Tate's in the backfield.
Play clock's not even running tonight, so that's going to be a situation to watch.
First and 10. Tate drops back. He's going long. That was an ill-advised pass, which Zach Hagedon almost intercepted, but couldn't quite bring it in around the 20-yard line of Oceanside.
Like the aggressiveness.
Our defensive line, I mentioned them earlier, really one of the strengths of this football team. As Ben Britton is out there, and he's really been dominant along with Timmy Castine, the phenomenal freshman number 70, Mike Jones. And as I mentioned, Trey Brown was out there earlier. I think A.J. Johnson is out there now. A.J., Trey is at the linebacker spot. A.J. is at the left end as the quarterback takes it, tries it around the right side, pitch to number 7, picks up 3 or 4 positive yards. That's Keaton Murray on the carry for the Raptors. That'll give them a second down, about 7 yards to go. Beautiful night, about 70 degrees at game time here on this beautiful, shiny, artificial turf at the field that really needs a good name. They call it CCSD Region Number 4 Field. It sounds like something that belongs to the state prison system.
Sometimes it feels like it when we're playing here.
So, Swish, are you telling me it's not really 6:04 to go in the first quarter?
It is 6:04 to go in the first quarter.
All right. Now it's running. It was stopped there for a second. I don't know why. Third down, 7 yards to go. The Raptors trying to keep this drive alive. They've picked up 2 first downs, one the hard way, and one by a pass interference call that was somewhat questionable. Tate takes this one. His running back swings out to the left side. He has the pass. He's going to get that first down, I think, all the way down to the 41-yard line. And Keaton Murray, once again, with a nice positive play from that running back spot.
But I tell you, we sent an outside linebacker blitz on that, and he ran right by the pass, and it allowed that receiver to be having a clear path for that first down. So we just gambled, and they beat us on that one. Kudos to them.
Yeah, Tate didn't have to think too long about what to do with that one, as he had his boy over there, number 7, wide open, nobody near him on the left flat. 5:21 to go. Sharks up 7-0 here in North Charleston as our region rivals, the Raptors, are playing us, and the quarterback now under center hands it off again to Keaton, number 7. He picked up a few before we dragged him down. Let's give him 4 yards on that carry.
Good linebacking play, though. Stepping up Jace Krafchick, Cale Gilchrist, and Trey Brown on the tackle. Hey, they're plugging away, man. Like I said, they started at about the, inside the 15-yard line. Couple of legitimate first downs, questionable pass interference to sustain the drive. But, man, they're chewing clock. We were almost 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Score's only 7-0 Land Sharks.
Our cornerbacks tonight, C.J. Moskos, number 18, over on the left side. Zach Hagedon playing right corner. And we're going with 2 safeties right now. Jake Rook is one of them. And under center again, fake handoff, play action, pressured in the backfield. Tate throws that one up for grabs. That probably ought to be, and it is, an intentional grounding, unless they're going to call that one on the defense for roughing the passer. But that ain't Tom Brady out there, so I don't think so.
Big Mike's got his hands up, kind of questioning, hey, was that on me or not? Let's see what the white hat gives us.
Well, there's
intentional
no
grounding.
question. Yeah,
Yep.
That was intentional grounding.
Well, he saw when you got Big Mike in your face, you're going to throw the ball away.
Yeah, these academic Magnus guys, there ain't no dummies.
No, pretty smart.
That was a business decision. And every now and then you got to make those. That's going to make it second down and really, really long. Let's call that eyeballing it 25 yards.
I'm not going to say it, Scotty. I'm not going to say it. Every time I say a certain catchphrase, Robert, I jinx us.
Well, then don't say it. I'm not sure what it is, so I can't guarantee you I won't. Grayson Freeland is the other safety. I was talking about them earlier. I think we've covered the entire defensive starting lineup for you tonight, and frankly, that is a very stout defense that has been able to control some 5A and 4A and 3A football teams before even getting into the region schedule.
I like seeing C.J. Moskos out there. I was talking to my 2 boys and asking who had a good week of practice, and they actually singled out C.J. and said he looks really good at defensive back and corner. So I like seeing that. He's getting some action out there. Mentioned also, too, earlier, Nate Sturm. So I like what J-Mac is doing. He's rotating his guys through, giving them opportunities to get live game reps, and that's only going to help us as we get down to the playoff run.
CJ certainly has a size advantage over Tez Spahn. He's a pretty tall guy to be playing cornerback out there. As number 3, the quarterback pulls in the high snap, rolls out to the right side, more or less running for his life. Throws it and completes it, though. Picked up 2 yards when he needed 25. So that's not going to advance the game very much for the Raptors, and they're going to have it now. 4th down and a mile. So we'll see what kind of punter these guys are able to put on the field, unless they go for it here at midfield. Who knows?
Doesn't look like they're going. Here we go. Now they make the smart decision.
Yeah, I don't think there's any circumstance in which you go for that one, regardless of what your field position might be. I mentioned the Sharks are ranked number 1 in 2A. Some familiar other teams up there, Saluda, Barnwell, Abbeville, and Gray Collegiate. I'm not sure that's the right order, but those are the teams, and frankly, the order doesn't matter that much this time of year. As the punter kicks this one about 10 or 15 yards, and we're going to take it up on our 40-yard line. They wish it was the 14.
A little bit of a shank to the right there, Robert. I don't think that was intended, but we'll take it.
I think couldn't have been 42 who kicked that one. I didn't catch the number of that punter, but I have a feeling I'll get another opportunity to see him before the day's over. So let's see if Reinbach comes back out there at quarterback. Yes, he does. Big Edward, who's had a lot of success this season running the football until he got hurt up at Marlboro County. And we've been a lot more conservative with him carrying the ball since then. Of course, Vaughn Blue, our star running back, out with an injury through the month of October. Hopefully, though, he'll be back for the playoffs. Right now, Tucker Swisher's in there at running back. We put number 6 in motion as the quarterback drops back, has a receiver wide open. Trey Brown, the tight end, takes it up to about the 41-yard line, picking up 19 yards and a first down.
Not a bad gain on the first down.
That one looked A little too easy for the Sharks as they slipped the tight end out there and nobody picked him up over on the left side.
Well, Trey's a favorite target of Edwards, both in the same class, have kind of grown up playing together, and they've got a great chemistry. So good to see that happen there.
Our center tonight is number 55, who's not on the roster. Maybe that's 56. Indeed, it is 56. That'll be Eddie Portelis.
Got Devin Yard.
And Devin in at quarterback. It looks like it's the night for the backup quarterback as he races all the way into the end zone. But there's a flag all the way back at the 45-yard line, and I have a feeling that is not going to portend well for the Land Sharks.
Well, if we want to roll the clock back a year, this game was riddled with yellow flags, if you recall.
I do. I remember Tuck Swisher scored an awful lot of touchdowns.
He had 4 touchdowns in one offensive series, 3 that got called back. And I think he had 150-plus yards on that one series. So
that's got to be a frustrating night for the running back, as indeed both teams are coming back. So what they're doing with the quarterbacks is kind of interesting. Edwards started, but then Will Virgilio came in and ran option and scored on a long touchdown run on our first drive. This is our second, which started at our 40-yard line. Edward again came in initially, completed a long pass for a first down. Then Devin Yard, number 7, came in. And now apparently they're going to say it was a touchdown. I don't know.
it was offsides on the defense. The whole while, the academic magnet coach was waving and celebrating, waving that the ball was coming back. And the way I knew that Timmy Castine was the one celebrating out in midfield, Timmy knew before anybody else did it was a touchdown. So
Timmy is a really good referee. He seldom gets them wrong, and he's always emphatic in telling you what the call is and which way it's going. As Mahoney gets ready to kick it up, and as I mentioned during that Devin Yard touchdown run, 2 backup quarterbacks have been in. Each one of them has a long touchdown run here tonight for the Land Sharks.
I don't think it's going to be the last time we see that too. So
Swish, you think we might throw some wrinkles in there just to throw off some of our playoff opponents?
yeah, I've got a good sneaking suspicion as the kick is up and good
right
from
through.
Quinn Mahoney that Chad Wilkes, he's crafty.
So we lost our audio for a little bit there, but as you could see, a 30-yard punt by the Raptors, who were facing a 4th down and 5, is going to set up Land Sharks again on offense at the Raptor 45-yard line. And Edward Ridenback is going to start this drive again. Tuck Swisher coming in there with him at running back. We're still playing a couple of guys both ways on those lines. Timmy Castine and Ben Britton both in there at the 2 guard positions. Timmy at the left guard, Ben over on the right. Mike Jones, the right tackle. As Edward claps his hands and is rushed, and he gets rid of it. Bryce Bennett complete all the way across the 30. Bryce down inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 22 and make it 1st and 10 for the Land Sharks.
That's a kid that we need to get in the end zone. We haven't seen him get a score this year, and he is more than deserving. So let's run that play again.
Bryce really has more than carried his load at wide receiver. We've got a bunch left formation. Cole Strickler all alone over here is the wide receiver on the right side. A.J. Johnson in at running back. He takes the handoff. A.J. crosses the 10 all the way down to about the 8-yard line, but a flag comes in late. And Monroe Freeling looks kind of upset over there as he sees that flag lying at his feet. And it is going to be holding against the Land Sharks. And I'm sure Monroe says, I really wasn't holding, I was just dominating. Of course, Monroe.
Well, when you're 6'7", 300 pounds, it's hard not to dominate anybody.
And, of course, he's one of the top football players of any position in the state of South Carolina. Headed off to be a Bulldog in Athens, Georgia next season. It'll be fun to see how he performs for the Dogs under Coach Kirby Smart, who year in and year out has got those guys now competing for national championships. We're going with a tight end on the right side, 3 wide receivers. Edwards still in at quarterback, gives it to Tuck. Tuck has a block on the right side, switcher all the way in, touchdown, 20-yard scamper for the Land Sharks. And Tuck Swisher, a bruising running back who's able typically to audio is back now. We're having some software issues here up in North Charleston. Bear with us. We have to keep rebooting.
We can't fire the staff because it's the only staff we've got.
That is true. And the last thing I'm going to do is complain about Scott Krafchick. He's really brought a lot of improvements to our broadcast this season. And I think nobody was listening or couldn't hear you, Swish, when you were talking last time about the challenges we're facing in this kind of game.
Yeah, it's listen, all respect to Academic Magnet, but the big challenge is how do you approach the rest of this season, if you look at our squads versus the others and the records, we're favored to win these next 3 games soundly. But how do you keep the team motivated? How do you keep the reps even? How do you keep our team getting better, all the while staying healthy and focused on getting into that postseason play? It's going to be a challenge.
I expect one way we'll meet that is by putting in some guys who don't play a whole lot. Our JV team did not play this week, and so some of our better, younger players are going to likely have an opportunity to get in there.
It's good we haven't played for 3 weeks. And so those guys have been basically punching bags for the varsity team on scout offense and defense for the last 3 weeks. So I'm happy to see some of these young guys, which are already seeing a few substitutions already coming in tonight. So they're deserving and willing to get in and fight the good fight here tonight.
I see J.J. Zarzaka, number 33, is in there.
Yep, Cale Gilchrist in at linebacker as well. Let me check. The front D line is still the same. Timmy, Big Mike, AJ, and Ben Britton, which is menacing.
I think those are the only 2 changes. We've got 2 safeties deep now. As Tate, their quarterback, number 3, throws it kind of funny to his running back over on the right flat, number 7, Keaton Murray.
He was lucky. Zach Hagedon was diving right at him and could have been a much bigger loss and a bigger hit, but still a loss of 1. But I think we're going to see them start to struggle here with their offense.
That Tate Brown connection to Keaton Murray has been a very popular plan tonight for the Raptor football team. More likely than not, it's through the air, short passes kind of over into the flat. Although Brown has completed a couple of long ones here tonight. Here he's facing a second down, a little bit more than 10 yards. As he takes the shotgun snap, wants to throw it. Doesn't have a lot of pressure, throws it out of bounds. That one won't be an intentional grounding. And that gives him an opportunity to have a chat with his coach over there on the sideline.
Again, not sure why the play clock is not working. It's lit up on both ends of the field, just not being operated by the clock operator.
That jinx has been following us around a little bit this season.
I know.
The game clock is at 11:07, and it stopped on that incomplete pass. We're in the second quarter. Tate Brown, the quarterback, all alone in the backfield, has 4 wideouts, 3 on the left side. He's looking that way, throws it. Oh, my goodness. Almost incomplete, and a flag comes in there on Jace Krafchick, I think.
I think it was on C.J. Moscos. Here's the deal. I don't normally say much about officiating, but that was not a very good call.
Yeah, the other defensive pass interference was questionable too.
Steve Rudnicki, our home field PA announcer, is just below us on the stands, and he can't stop laughing. I don't know what he's laughing about, but I've got a sense it might be about that last
Sure. So,
play
but
call.
There's no automatic first down, so it's only a 10-yard penalty, correct? So it's going to be 4th and 1?
Well, that'll make it kind of interesting. Let's see if the Raptors are able to convert a 4th down and looks like really less than a yard.
That's a first down.
No, they're going to give them a first down there. It's a 15-yard penalty, isn't it?
Automatic first down.
No, there's no automatic first downs.
First and 10, Raptor.
Another flag goes on up on our football coach over there on the sideline. And I don't think they marked it 15 yards. They did it 10, but they gave him a first down. That's the way I saw it.
Now we've got a sideline warning against Oceanside. Coach Wilkes, and if it wasn't Wilkes, I can guarantee it's probably J-Mac giving him the business because he's their defensive coordinator. That's just going to rile our defense up here. Watch for a big play on our defense coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if we do a pick 6 here or a big sack or a fumble or turnover.
Now that was a head coach for sure who caused that one. As Tate Brown wants to throw it, has a screen across the middle. Number 4 has it, but he's brought down for a loss on the play as number 18, the right cornerback, C.J. Moscos. who was just called for pass interference in a very questionable play.
He's having a pretty good night tonight, Robert.
He is. It makes you understand why he's in there starting at that defensive back position tonight for the first time this season.
We saw him as a wide receiver last year on the JV squad, connecting for some pretty good pass plays and touchdowns. But I tell you what, he's found a good spot on the defensive side of the ball on that side of the field for us.
We've shifted up the defensive backs. Now Zach Hagedon is not in there. The left corner is number 15, or maybe he's in a different position. Yeah, he's at linebacker, I think. Quarterback Tate Brown, another weird-looking pass. And number 7, the running back, falls down. Keaton Murray, before he can go anywhere, he just slipped. But he wasn't going very far anyway.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Our left corner, of course, number 16, is Nate Sturm.
I'm going to go ahead and say 3rd and long. We're going to get a pass interference on this play. Hold on, Scotty. Hold on. I'm doing a little Robert Brunson magic here.
And everybody knows what that means.
A little reverse psychology.
The opposite of what you say is going to happen. They're looking at a 3rd down and 12. The Raptors trailing us by 3 touchdowns, 9:05, clock moving here in the second quarter. And it's a timeout by Academic Magnet before they go for this 3rd down and 12. They want to give it a little bit of thought. And our primarily still first-string defense is going to go over and have a chat with their co-defensive coordinators.
I hope Craig Strickler in South Africa is still awake in this game.
He's probably having some cold beers and some biltong right now.
There's some beautiful places in South Africa. I don't know where he is exactly. I hope he has a chance to see some wildlife on safari while he's here.
He's probably sacked up in a nice hotel with a spa, feet kicked up.
That sounds like little Craig to me.
He said
Johannesburg.
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 That's a long word.
So now, after that timeout, the Magnet boys are back on the field. Their quarterback is under center. Their running back, Keaton Murray, is deep in the backfield. They got 2 wide outs, right, 1 to the left. Quarterback, pitch back. It looks like Keaton wants to throw it.
He threw it to his coach
just before he went out of bounds. And I don't know if he went out of bounds or if that was an incompletion. I think incomplete pass. At any rate, it was incomplete. So it's 4th down, 12 yards now to go for the Raptors of Academic Magnet.
I tell you, we're got a good crowd listening in tonight. I know I've got a couple of colleagues from New York City, John Pace listening in. Rob Lane from Laguna Beach.
Probably a good thing that you're one of the announcers so they can understand what you're saying at least.
Keith Patterson down in New Orleans. Oops.
Low snap to the punter.
Boy, he got one off.
We don't even have anyone off pretty well.
We don't even have anyone back deep.
Oh, my goodness. What is that going on deep in the backfield?
That's good old Ben Britton.
Battling away long after the ball was dead. And the punter is, I think it's number 42. He's still out there on the field. Yeah, it is number 42, but, yeah, there he is, Grayson Gregg. He's their tight end and a senior.
Old Ben was getting a tongue wagging from the old white hat there, and I'm going to have to ask Ben after the game what that was all about. I've got a sense, but they were 25 yards deep, Robert.
Swish, I don't know. The chains haven't moved yet. Now finally the referees give those guys permission. The line of scrimmage is going to be the 39-yard line of Oceanside as we take it over on offense. Edwards still out there at the quarterback spot, although the 2 backup guys have both played tonight. Both of them have scored touchdowns. Three wideouts on the left side. Edward wants to throw it. Cole Strickler has it, trying to show his dad all the way from South Africa that he can get a first down, and he does. Going all the way up to the 50-yard line, and Cole, who had the best game of his career against Lake Marion in our last game, is getting off to a pretty decent start here tonight with that catch.
I like those yards after catch, pretty physical, and we know Cole can break away in the open, but that was good to see him in traffic, get those fighting for those yards.
Edward with a first down now is going to hand this one to Tuck. Tuck had a hole. Number 42, the punter, is also a linebacker, wrestles him down to the ground at the 46-yard line, but a flag down, and Scott tells us it's going to be a hold.
How many flags have we thrown on Academic Magnet tonight? One.
Those guys must be really well coached and mistake-free.
That's what I was going for there, Robert. Thank you for the context and color.
So we had it 1st and 10 on our 49. That's going to push us back 10 to the 39. It'll be 1st and 20, I reckon.
I don't know if it's a spot of the foul.
Holding against the Land Sharks.
Wish they'd give us the number so we could go back and roll that.
41, so it was 2 yards downfield. Not much difference from the line of scrimmage. When you're talking about a hold on your offensive lineman.
Yeah, they called on Timmy. He actually had the guy's entire pads up over.
So you're saying he had proper technique?
Yeah, he had a bunch of jersey.
A.J. Johnson, the Bull, is back there in the backfield now as Edward, the quarterback, gets ready for the snap, puts a man in motion right to left. A.J. takes the snap, follows the block of Trey Brown, the tight end. A.J. gets into their territory all the way down to the 47 and picks up not a first down because we had a 1st and 20, but it's going to get us back in striking distance at about it's going to make it 2nd down at about 8, maybe 7, maybe 6 yards to go as I watch the chain guy walk down the field. So let's call it 2nd and 6 at the 7.5-minute mark.
Hey, listen, you can't replace a Von Blue, but you've got Tuck Swisher and A.J. Johnson, and even bringing in a Zach Hagan on to run the ball, fresh legs in and out. And Zach's in now, wide out. Let's see if they go to him, as we just called his name out.
Edward, play action,
Yep.
Quick pass to Zach over on the left side. Zach Hagedon, 30, 25, 20. Zach Hagedon still going. Number 42 trying his best. He's riding him like a cheap pony. But Zach Hagedon gets it all the way down to the 12-yard line. And let's credit number 42, Grayson Gregg, for his sticking with that tackle. And Edward now throwing it into the end zone.
Oh, man.
Incomplete.
Pass intended for Gavin Gaspar. That was pretty funny. God, that was funny. Oof.
So we're putting some of the younger guys in there. Gavin, who had some nice plays against Lake Marion in there at one of the wideout spots. Cole Strickler still in there, so is Bryce Bennett. A.J. Johnson, the running back, in there. We're going with the tight end, wing back on the left side, Trey Brown. Hand off to, it's a fake to A.J. They threw it to Trey, swinging out on the right side. Trey Brown really wants to get into the end zone.
Give it to him. Oh, come on.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to say it was down to the 1-inch yard line.
Put him in the backfield. Let him punch this one in. He deserves that touchdown.
My goodness, the effort Trey Brown showed after making that catch. He didn't have any blockers with him over there. That was all his effort as Edward takes this one, hands it off to A.J., who flies into the end zone for another Oceanside Land Shark touchdown.
Touchdown, Land Sharks.
That was fun. Well, we lost our audio again, but as we were saying during the period of silence, at least we're having that during the breaks. It seems like after every touchdown, we're losing audio. I don't know. So we're going to kick this one off with a 4-touchdown lead. The Academic Magnet Raptors defense really unable to stop us at the first drive. It looked like they were really going to put on some effort, and I'm sure they are putting in a lot of effort. But the Oceanside team is overmatching them a little bit here tonight, as we thought they probably would. Jake Rook, the kicker, number 10, boots this one up in the air, and it's not going to be returned as it bounces at the 2 in and out of the end zone.
Probably a good decision there by Dean McCullough. Coverage on the kickoff is pretty good. I think that both times that he tried to bring it out, didn't make it out of the 15. So better decision there on Dean's behalf. Let's see if they can get anything going. Listen, you're right. They had a couple of good sustained drives in the first quarter. Just haven't seen anything kind of match that here in the second quarter.
I'm not sure why we're playing Monroe Freeling on the defensive line right now. I got to say that.
He's a big man.
Monroe, of course, our best player, typically our left tackle on offense, but he plays a lot of defensive linemen, particularly in situations where we really want to stop the running game. Here he's at the defensive tackle spot along with Timmy Castine, and that's a handoff to number 7, the running back. We sling him down at the 20-yard line, number 20 on the tackle, Maxie Mormon.
Boy, he did a great job of feeling. Actually, Monroe had great penetration, had an arm around him, slowed him down, and Maxie just filled the hole and then blasted him.
I'm just going to zero in on my binoculars on Monroe Freeling here. I just want to see what he's doing on this play.
The size differential is
well, the size differential between Monroe and our defense is noticeable.
Yeah, but watch he and Big Mike in the middle there.
Quarterback comes in under center, wants to throw it across the middle. It's incomplete. They double-teamed Monroe there, and he didn't get too much damage done to him. 5:47 on the clock, 28-0 your score. Oceanside in the white uniforms. On the right, an Academic Magnet in the dark green on the left. We're still here. We didn't lose audio. We just don't have a lot to say at the moment. We'll come up with something, though. 3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Raptors. They put that running back in motion to the left side. They like to throw him over there, but it's the middle screen. The running back, or receiver rather, has it all the way up to the 29-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down swish, but a nice successful play for the Raptors.
Yeah, great play design, actually, and well executed. Doesn't look like they're going to punt because that probably is pretty futile to begin with. So the odds are, I like this going for 4th down, even if it's in their own territory. It's an immaterial at this point, but at least they're showing a little extra fight.
Yeah, they're facing 4th down and 2 or 3. Our defense gets in that vertical line before every snap so that the offense won't have much of an opportunity to read the D before the play. And that ain't mattering a whole lot in all likelihood in this game as Tate Brown gets in under center, fakes the handoff, throws it quickly. That's a 1st down. Complete all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Attaboy, Dean. Dean McCullough is such a great kid. I'm glad to see him grab that ball, get the 1st down. We were bringing the heat, too. Great play call. Again, well executed.
The quick pass, whether it be across the middle or over into the flats, has been the most successful play thus far for the Raptors, as it was for Lake Marion last week. You can tell they've studied some film. As our big defensive line gets back in there, I think Monroe is out now. Quarterback under center, rolls back, wants to throw it. He's pressured. Ben Britton was right on his heels as Tate Brown threw this one out of bounds, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 10.
Tuck Swishes in the back playing some defense now as well, too, with some good pressure there.
J.J. Zarzaka in at one of the linebacker spots, along with Tuck. Max Moorman still in there at linebacker. The safeties are Grayson Freeling and Jake Rook.
I think we're going to probably see a whole different defense in the second half here, Robert.
Tate Brown throws it out to number 7, his running back. He spins around but really doesn't pick up much of anything. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Raptors. Head coach of the Academic Magnet team having a talk with his quarterback as long as he's over there on the sideline.
3rd down.
I can only imagine the conversation. Son, let's use that 3rd and 11 play we practiced all week on this team. You got it? Yes, sir, coach.
As I told you, those 3rd and double digits haven't turned out well for us. They've done a good job on those.
And he's going to drop, roll out to the right side. He has a receiver over there, number 2, but can't get it to him as Tate Brown throws that one at Ransom Hudson's feet.
You know, they actually haven't really – I'm surprised they have not taken shots downfield. I mean, they've got these little comebacks to the sideline. They're really not doing anything for them, so that's being the case. Why not take a shot downfield?
They took one earlier in the game, if I recall correctly, with Zach Hagedon on the coverage.
Yeah, the chance of getting a PI against Oceanside is probably pretty good, knowing how the flags are going tonight. Might be a good play for them.
So Mr. Everything, Grayson Gregg, out there now to do the punting honors for Academic Magnet. Waiting for the snap. He has it, takes his time, not really rushed. It's kind of a high kick. It's going to be a good one for him, and it's going to take a magnet bounce all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And credit Grayson Gregg for giving his team some field position here.
Not sure I'd understand why we don't drop someone back like that. I mean,
Yeah, we do that all season long. I don't understand.
And it's not like we've got a strong rush or pressure against the actual kick.
No, we didn't. And I cannot answer that question.
Yeah.
The man with the flat top has the answers, though.
I don't even think I'm going to ask him.
A big thank you to our DJ Kendrick Jones.
Chad Wilkes, our 30-year-old young head coach, ambitious, really talking quite openly about we're expecting a state championship this season. And really his team is playing like a team absolutely worthy of it. As I think we got a different quarterback in the
Devin.
Yeah, Devin Brown, number 7, completes it over to the right side for a first down. It's going to be about a 15-yard gainer. I think Cole Strickler on the catch. Yes, it is. And Cole hits the ball up to the 30-yard line on his second nice catch of the night. We're down at the 3-minute mark here at CCSD Field number 4 in North Charleston.
Good to see Devin Yard get out there and get some confidence going again and completing that pass.
Devin with a touchdown already tonight gives this one to A.J. Johnson. A.J. picks up a first down as he rumbles forward for about 12 yards. We'll have it 1st and 10 now on our 43.
A little skirmish there getting up off the pile.
We still got all our offensive starters in there on the offensive line. I see Mike Brown's now playing both ways. He's the right tackle. Ben Britton is the right guard. Timmy Castine, the left guard. And number 78, Monroe Freeling, is, of course, the left tackle. The center, Eddie Portelis, number 56, as Trey Brown goes in motion left to right. Devin Yard, plenty of time. Throws it dangerously across the middle where it should have been intercepted. But number 38 was unable to bring that one in. But credit Beatty Cummins. He definitely disrupted that pass play that probably should never have been launched.
intended for Gavin Gaspar across the middle. Devin put some zip on that one, put it in there. Play unfolded a little long, but I think that's why it allowed those two defenders to converge there. But I like the aggressiveness out of Devin.
We're playing Trey Brown in at the tight end pretty much all night tonight. Here he split out to the right side and goes in motion and settles as the right wing as Tucker takes the handoff, follows Trey's big block. Tuck Swisher has a first down. Tuck Swisher all the way down to the 41-yard line, picking up close to 20 yards on that carry.
Good little scamper there. I thought he had a chance to break it to the outside. Good pursuit by the defender, just to grab him by the ankles there to prevent the long run. We've got almost closing on 2 minutes, Robert, so we're probably looking to punch one in here before the clock ends and go into the halftime up 5 scores.
That sounds good to me. As Devin Yard, the senior, takes that snap, wants to throw it deep downfield. Oh my goodness. He had 2 open receivers down around the 5-yard line, and Cole Strickler was unable to bring that one in. Might have been a catchable ball. I'm looking at the replay if the camera is going to be on it, and it is. Kind of hard to say. It was a little bit low for Cole.
He had to drift over to the middle. Maybe put a little extra oomph on that pass. It would have been a walk-in touchdown.
And Bryce Bennett was just as open on the left side. He was only about 10 yards away laterally from Cole. And Bryce now goes in motion left to right as Devin Yard takes this snap, gives it to Tucker. Swish Tucker has lots of room, and he picks up a first down. Tuck Swisher, 20, 15, out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And Tuck the Truck Swisher is showing us what he can do at running back tonight. There's going to be a holding call, though, and this one's going to come back. Yet again, the yellow hanky.
Why not?
Is going to ruin the party for the Land Sharks, and somehow Tuck Swisher against these Raptors just seems to get more than his share of plays called back. And not his fault, that's for sure. He's busy running the ball.
He's going to add up to his career total of 300 yards rushing in a game against Academic Magnet. Hey, he's happy. You know, he's not upset about it. It just gives him more opportunities to run the ball. However, it's bewildering to me. How many holding calls has that been on us? 5 in the first half? Come on.
And, you know, I don't think our offensive line has a whole lot of need to be holding.
I would agree.
No offense.
Give it to him again, and let's see. Let's just punch this thing downfield or go deep.
Devin looking very comfortable out there tonight in quarterback. Has 4 wideouts on the 2nd down and 15. Devin Yard doesn't see anything. He's got some running room on the left side, but oh my goodness, he throws and completes this one at the 25-yard line. And that is what we were looking for as Devin Yard completes that pass to Trey Brown.
I don't know if you saw, but Monroe was coming out leading the way and gave one of the Raptors a nice little kiss and just destroyed him, giving Devin a little extra time to zero in and find a good receiver target there.
One of the linebackers was staying in to take care of the quarterback, and he kept Devin from running that one. But Tucker takes this handoff. Tucker Swisher, 10, 5. Oh, my goodness. Finally, a big collision with 2 Raptors. Stops him, but he's inside the 5-yard line.
Hang on, Robert. I'm looking.
No flag.
Okay.
No flag. And a 1st and goal. All right, Tuck. He's got a lot of making up to do for all those TDs that were called back last year. Let's give him another one here. But Devin wants to throw it, and he does. Cole Strickler, the intended receiver over on the right side, can't bring that one in. That pass was zipped right in there by Devin Yard, and it's good to see him in there getting some valuable playing time, Swish, and he's really looking good.
Yeah, you know, he had a real rough outing. It was at Marlboro County, right?
I think so.
Was that it? I can't recall.
It was when Edward got hurt. Yeah.
You know, and I'm glad to see him get that opportunity to come back and gain some confidence. He's a great kid, good quarterback.
Tuck has the handoff, and Swisher into the end zone. Touchdown. And let's stop and look carefully.
Come on now.
No flags. It's really hard to tell here because there's so many yellow and red and blue lines all over this field. I think they play everything but pickleball. Maybe that.
They may play that here. I don't know. I like seeing Tuck put his head down and just blow over the rest of that pile there. He's having a nice night, as well as every other land shark.
AJ has had some running back time.
Yep.
Zach had, I think, one pass or run. I don't remember. But Mahoney puts this one in, 35-0, as the Sharks have put 5 touchdowns on the board with just 36 seconds left to go here in the second quarter at CCSD Field number 4 in North Charleston. They got to come up with somebody to name this field for. Some famous football player or coach or something from around here.
How about just a charitable lad or lass that's been good to the city of North Charleston? That would work.
That would be good, too. There's got to be a story behind it.
It's a beautiful field.
It's absolutely beautiful, and nice big stands, and the press box is nice. We've got good covered accommodations to bring this one to you.
Don't know about their hot dogs. I think they've got Chick-fil-A here, too, though. It's always a draw.
You had to mention hot dogs. I was doing just fine up here, and now all of a sudden my stomach is turning flips.
Got a little Brian Powell action. You got to keep the hot dog love alive.
Got to keep that one going. He's not the only one who likes them dogs. As Jake Rook puts this one up, it's a really short one. A whistle blows. They're going to call it back. Not sure what the problem is as we're counting players.
11 on each side.
There's no referee with a white hat today, is there?
There is. He was the one that was giving Ben a little tongue lashing earlier.
He's not out there now, Swish.
He may be in there having some hot dogs. There he is in the back corner.
Okay. He's taking a break over there, I reckon.
Eyeballing that Chick-fil-A in the stands.
So, nothing happened. No penalty.
It looked like it was offsides on Academic Magnet. Because now he's kicking from the 45.
Yeah, you're right. They moved us up 4 yards, so Jake Rook is going to try it again, and that last one wasn't his best kick. This one isn't either. Oh, my goodness. Dean dropped it, and Zach Hagedon, I'm pretty sure, fell on it at the 26-yard line. With 33 seconds left, the Sharks might put the starting clock in play here if they can score again before halftime.
You know, not a bad, not that we need to do that, but rather than booting it into the end zone, pop one up down to about the 15-20 and force them to bring it back, and look what happens.
I bet you that was intentional, Swish, because you could tell they didn't want anything to do with running those kicks back. And, of course, we can never forget from 2 years ago when Academic Magnet was getting crushed and their kick returner just went down to the fetal position as he saw us rumbling towards him.
No mas. No mas.
Whistle blows before we can get this play off. I think it's a timeout by Academic Magnet. Somehow 1 second expired, though. They ought to add that one back. We've got it now, 1st and 10 on the 26.5-yard line of Academic Magnet, who trails this game 35-0. But you got to say, Swish, this Academic Magnet team looks significantly better than the last two have.
Yeah, a 1,000,000%. They're at least more organized. They're you can tell that they're better coached. They've got an actual identity to a sort on offense, and they're not just giving up. I mean, they're actually not throwing the towel in, which I appreciate. Listen, we all knew this was going to be a lopsided game. I thought it would be a lot worse at this point. Still lopsided, however.
Talk about lopsided. They got like number 83 on Cole.
Devin Yard with 4 wideouts is going for all the marbles. Man wide open in the end zone. That's a touchdown if he caught it. And he did.
Bryce Bennett.
Bryce Bennett gets that touchdown, and Swish, you called that one for him.
I tell you what, Bryce Kid doesn't say a word, goes in and puts the work in, and glad to see him finally get one in the end zone. I know Robbie and Tasha, his parents, are pretty stoked to see that as well, too.
I sure would have loved to see him do a touchdown dance down there. Something a little out of character, but
I've tried to get that kid to talk to me. He just won't do it.
10-second drive, put 7 points on the board if we can put this one through, and Quinn Mahoney does just that for the Land Sharks.
Well, that'll make it a running clock for the rest of the game, which new South Carolina high school rules mandate a 42-point differential, mandates a running clock.
Number 46, I think it is. No, that's not 46. Whatever. Academic Magnet took the kickoff as we lost audio for a little bit there.
Hey, great tackle by Ethan Baldwin, though. There while we lost audio, Ethan had a great track and great angle and tackled the runner there. Ball spotted on the 22-yard line of Academic Magnet.
Indeed, Chase Roberts, number 46, was the kick returner there, as they had 3 guys deep, but a little bit of a different kickoff return formation, as we are now forcing them to run the ball back on these kickoffs. 18 seconds to go. This one play should do it for us here in the first half. 42-0, the score in favor of the Sharks. Driven over from Mount Pleasant. Academic Magnet School, of course, is located not too far from here in the North Charleston area. And the clock is just, they're going to let it run out. I think they took a knee, and that's fine.
I'll tell you, last year, Robert, it took about 2 hours to get here from Mount Pleasant, which is only about 12 miles away, but I kind of beat the system. I visited the Rusty Bull Brewery for a nice chicken sandwich and a beer beforehand.
Oh, my goodness. I could tell you were a little more lively than usual tonight, Swish.
Just excited that we're playing football again finally. It's been a couple of weeks.
We're going to take a break here for halftime at this CCSD field number 4. And we'll be back with the second half of a running clock in this 42-0 game shortly.
here.
Well, we got the smell of something burning up here in the press box, and it may be that AstroTurf down below as the Land Sharks are burning it up one side and down the other, scoring on every possession of the first half. Swish putting up 42 points and setting us up for a running clock.
I think that burning smell might be Scotty's software on the audio because it keeps cutting in and out tonight.
However, might be. I did touch the computer before the game started. I touched that monitor, and I think that's the first time I've ever touched it.
That may have been the issue.
That could have been it.
That's the first time I saw that. They were lined up on the wrong side, and they had to switch.
I didn't know what you were pointing at, but
the officials should have had that queued up a little bit beforehand, but
he was busy looking for a holding to call. All right, the Sharks and Jake Rook getting ready to kick this one off to Academic Magnet. Magnet won the toss, chose to kick it off to us in the first half, so they're going to get a chance to cut into our lead here, but they're not going to start by returning the kickoff. Instead, they're going to take it right at the 20-yard line with a touchback.
Right, Robert. I'm going to key in here on some. We're going to see some new faces here. I can already see number 67, Carson Lee. Great to see him back. He's a sophomore with a great, promising future here, but got sidelined in an unfortunate car wreck with those Oceanside football players earlier. So I'm thrilled to see him back out here. Man, he's huge. He's 6'4", 240, 250-ish. I see Eddie Portelis on the front line, as well as Cole Strickler and Tuck Swish on the front D line here.
And Magnet has their quarterback come in under center and hand it to the running back. He tries the middle of that defense and gets nowhere as he's brought down by big number 67 and Swish. I saw that guy in the pregame warm-ups, and I was like, why is Monroe Freeling wearing number 67 tonight?
He looks like a young sophomore Monroe Freeling. You're right. Hey, great tackle real quick by Johnny Gunn, and I think that was Cale Gilchrist just filling hard. And here we are. I love seeing these backup role players coming in getting great time because we're going to need those guys down the stretch. So love seeing these guys getting reps tonight.
And Cole Strickler and Tuck Swisher, as you said, are at the two defensive end spots as the Raptors have it 2nd and 10. They almost draw us offside as number 67 was trying to get in there. And, oh, my goodness, he was pressuring the quarterback. And number 3, Tate Brown, who's going all the way for the Raptors, threw that one incomplete.
Also seeing some new numbers out here, Robert, 26, Sawyer Bryan, who's a freshman. I see 21, Kyle Baldwin, 15, Ethan Baldwin. And there's our old buddy Tez Spahn, number 2 out there. Love seeing Tez out on the field.
So C.J. Moscos played the whole first half at that cornerback position. And now Tez is back in there for his usual spot. As it's a 3rd down and 10 yards to go for Academic Magnet. One running back in the backfield. Quarterback track wants to throw. He's pressured. Oh. He's hit. The ball's floating in the air. Tez Spahn had a chance but could not quite get to that dying duck.
Man, the line of scrimmage was the 21-yard line, and we had that guy on, their quarterback, Tate Brown, on the heels all the way inside the 5. That was a dangerous toss-up in the air. You're right. Tez almost had a walk-in on that one.
All right, tell me 67's name again.
Carson Lee.
Carson Lee, because he's not on the roster as 67.
Yeah, that's a new number for him, but I tell you what, I love seeing him. He's going to have a big, bright future here for the Land Sharks.
That's a name I need to remember as they're punting this one. And number 42 puts it down to just past our 42, and we'll take it over there. 1st and 10 as Grayson Gregg put his leg into that one. And he's the jockey who took a ride on one of our guys in the first half.
Maybe one of my all-time favorite commentary lines. That one won't die.
So the Sharks, we're anxious to see who's going to come out as quarterback now. Edward Reidenbach was in there, but Virgil.
Looks like Will Virgilio's coming out.
Will Virgilio, there you go. He played a couple of snaps in the first half and, in fact, had a touchdown running the option.
Looks like Cale Gilchrist is in at running back as well.
All right, I'm going to count on you now because these are your guys. Cale takes that handoff. He doesn't get anywhere, though. He's wrapped up and brought down by number something.
Well, we've got a
40-yard line.
We've got a new O-line in as well. It looks like Jackson Hyman, one of the Crady boys. Carson Lee is in, Big Mike Jones. I see Logan Hamilton and Gaspar on this side. So we've got, it's going to take me a bit of time to figure out who's in there, but we'll get it to us.
We got our guys all bunched up on the right and left side of the line. Will Virgilio drops back to throw this one, completes it, and he's dragged down by his jersey after a short gain.
That was Logan Hamilton, man. He had one more step on that defender, and he would have been down the sideline.
Virgilio's pass is complete to Hamilton.
Can you put the bigger screen over here? Talking to Scott, trying to experiment a little bit. Third down, about 9 yards to go for the Land Sharks. Will Virgilio in at quarterback. He's got 3 wide outs on the left side, wants the run option. Will keeps it, crosses the 45, the 50, into Raptor territory, and that'll be enough for a first down for the Land Sharks.
It's a Land Shark first down.
Mike Jones is still in there on our offensive line. Monroe Freeling is out, though, replaced by number 64, Jackson Heineman. We're going with 3 wideouts right, 1 to the left. And Tuck still in there at running back. He takes, faked, and that's actually Cale. But anyway, pass complete down to the 35-yard line. Running clock down to 6:50.
Grayson Gregg on the tackle.
That'll be another first down for the Land Sharks. Trying to put more points on the board after scoring on each of their 6 drives in the first half.
Hey, Robert, I want to say hello to the First Lady of Oceanside Football. Joy Wilkes is actually listening in tonight. She's at home watching, so Joy, miss you here, but hope you're enjoying the broadcast.
Gilchrist takes the handoff, gets through for a first down. Cale Gilchrist, 10-5 touchdown, Land Sharks.
Touchdown run by Gilchrist.
Untouched. He goes from the 35-yard line, so give Cale a 35-yard scamper. Clock still moving off after that with the running clock here. And I wonder if Joy is the one who got the clippers out on Chad before this game. I like it, man. Old school. Quinn Mahoney, I think he missed that one. Yes, indeed. It was off to the left.
Yeah, you know what? I was getting ready to say it earlier tonight, man. He's been pretty automatic. If I would have been the guy to say that and jinx it, that would have been bad.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say that. He was actually perfect the whole season until that one.
I was thinking that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that either because then I would have got blamed.
I have no qualms about saying something.
So I'm actually glad that he missed it. So.
You guys will claim this. I caused something to happen by something I said, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
I want to say
unless it's Vaughn Blue.
Yeah, unless it's Vaughn Blue, just doesn't like to run hard or
all I gotta
holes.
say is Vaughn's not seeing the holes tonight.
So I like running clock, but this is crazy that the clock is running on.
I mean,
that's 2 minutes of.
Yeah, you know.
We're gonna get one. We're gonna get one series in the third quarter, one series in the fourth, and that's about it. And this game's gonna be over in a blink, which is fine. But like some of these younger guys that are getting a chance to play, they really need those reps. So, hey, Robert, and I want to say hello to some good friends that are watching in from Hell's Kitchen tonight.
Okay.
Some good friends, John and Amy. I'm not going to say it, but John's actually my boss. And I like his wife, Amy, a little bit better than I like him. So.
Oh, I hope the audio's out as that kick goes into the end zone. Scott, you could have taken care of him there, man.
It's all right.
No, sorry.
Fortunately,
it's working.
That paycheck you get from this gig ain't going to cover it.
Yeah, I may have ruined my day job there, but maybe I've got to small side hustle and broadcasting with you, riding those cheap ponies for the rest of the season?
Well, Academic Magnet, it's senior night. They had all their seniors parade out there. Let's tell you who some of them are. Carter Griffin, Ransom Hudson, Tate Brown, of course, their quarterback. Cooper Mitchell is graduating this year. Will McCulloch.
Great kid.
Sammy Cooper. As the Raptors come up to the line, shotgun formation. Tate Brown rolls out to his right side, throws it complete. I think 17 was in. No. The referee says he did not get it in. He sure looked like he was close to getting at least 1 foot in there, though. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 10. As we'll talk about some more of the Raptor seniors. Grayson Gregg, number 42, our good buddy. Chase Roberts. R.J. Jenkins was out there. He wasn't in uniform. Looked like he must be hurt. I just noticed him. Andrew Moise, a senior. And I don't think I missed anybody. Congratulations to all those guys. All of them undoubtedly headed off to fine colleges and great careers.
I just got a text from my boss. I've been fired.
Yeah, he's fired.
Oh, well, we'll give you a raise. We'll double your salary here.
It was a good run. It was a good run.
Clock is still going, notwithstanding, that there's a penalty.
Yeah, they called that on us. The receiver, jumped 5 yards past, but we got the penalty. It's fine.
I think the referees are probably –
it's a mercy flag there.
yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say about that. They're probably, not as attuned as they might ordinarily be in a tight game. Let's say that. Man goes in motion, number 7. He's had a lot of action tonight. The quarterback, Tate Brown, is pressured, and he can't get that one to anybody. Who was that in the backfield, Swish? 81 was pressuring the quarterback there. That'd be Travis Anderson.
We've seen Travis have a great JV season so far. Tremendous on defense and offense as well, too. He's another one of those young and up and coming players that's got a big, bright future for the Land Sharks.
Yeah, there's some big young guys. Mike Jones, principal among them, of course, because he's been starting all season and he's 14 years old. 3rd down, 5 yards to go for the Academic Magnet Raptors as Tate Brown. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope he's okay. He is. He tried to pitch that one. I don't know if that's a forward pass. I guess it is.
Yeah. I can't tell if that's it's like an option, shovel, pitch, push, kind of an odd play there.
Hey, Robert, coming on our YouTube comments, Grayson Craig is also a Mount Pleasant kid. Troop.
Oh, good.
20 Eagle Scout.
All right.
Hey, don't mess with the Eagle Scouts. That's a pretty big deal.
He must have gotten a merit badge for pony riding.
Oh, no. Watch out.
No.
Watch out.
And he's about to punt it now. Grayson, it goes straight up in the air.
Stay with.
Going to win about maybe 20 yards, unfortunately, for the Magnet team. And the Sharks are going to have it 1st and 10, going the other way on their own. On the Magnet, 48-9 line.
So we're going to into the 3rd quarter here, Robert. That one flew by.
Yeah, that was about the fastest quarter I can recall. They can't really get any faster than that. 1,200
Get a
Holding, I guess. Illegal man downfield.
All right, we are on. Sorry.
All right. So, yeah, a little loss of audio there. New quarterback Tanner Swisher with a new running back Joey Harriet. I've coached both of these guys for a long while. Again, I keep talking about these up-and-coming players, Robert. Joey Harriet is a phenomenal athlete. He is a phenomenal basketball player. He's a state championship swimmer. He's lightning quick in track. And I tell you what, I think you may see this kid starting on varsity next year on the defensive side of the ball. He's that good.
Wow. That's something to look forward to. He had a nice run there on his first carry. His second carry didn't go quite as well. As Tanner, who starts for our JV team, is out there now with two receivers on the right side. A man goes in motion. Tanner hands it off again to number 40. He charges over the middle, and Swish, he can run over somebody too.
Yeah, he is thick, and he's strong, and he is just coming into his own. I mean, the kid used to play line for me when I was coaching in the youth league, if that tells you anything.
So Tanner giving it to Joey Harriet, is making a living here. Joey gets another handoff, another first down. Joey Harriet down to the 15. He's dragging jerseys with him. He has the first, and we'll see.
If I know Coach Wilkes, Tanner's hurrying him up, getting him up to the line. I like this quick offense here. He's going to continue feeding the rock to Joey. He's going to punch one in here.
Tanner to Joey yet again. He's going up the middle yet again. That's working pretty well for him.
Push him, boys. Push him.
He gets down to the 12-yard line. Not enough for a first.
If Tanner Swisher pulls the ball here and runs it instead of giving it to Joey, I may jump over the fence and go tackle him on the field myself. Joey's deserving of punching one in here.
Hey, I want Tanner to run over some of these guys.
He may need to gain about 60 pounds.
Academic Magnet trying to do some substituting, but they had to stop. This time Tanner's going to throw it. No, he's going to run it. You did it, Swish. Tanner Swisher into the end zone. Touchdown, Land Sharks. And Dad called it, and I called it because he's in there running over guys. I don't care what you say. Number 17 is a play.
We've had three.
All right, here we go.
All right, we're back again. We lost audio there. And I was saying what a great run that was by Tanner Swisher. And we're going to have to pull that clip out and save that one with the introductory comments and everything because that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah. Got double swished tonight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jake Rook is going to put this one deep, and Magnet is going to let it.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
It's about as close.
That thing rolled all the way down to the corner and didn't quite get past the cone there.
If that was a punt, that would have been great.
Tell you what, Robert and Scotty, was like we saw 3 backup quarterbacks run the ball in tonight. That's a pretty interesting. So we've got some depth there at that position, which is pretty. We haven't been able to enjoy that in a long time.
That is the truth.
In case we missed it, we had 3 Swishes touchdowns tonight.
2 Tuckers.
Yep.
2 Tuckers and a Tanner.
2 Tucks and a Tan.
Yes.
2 Tuckers and a Tanner touchdowns tonight.
It's a lot of swishes.
It's a lot of swishing going on. I like it. I tell you what is.
Especially since his dad's out of a job.
Yeah, since I got fired tonight.
They're marching off 5-yard penalty there against us, or I don't know why. The ball's up at the 40, kind of inexplicably.
This could be the last drive here.
Does anybody have an idea why the ball's at the 40?
When it goes out of bounds, they spot it at the 35 off the kickoff, and we must have had an encroachment or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Number 17 is a new quarterback in for Magnet. He hands it off. The running back's going nowhere, but Campbell Stosklosa, the brother of McLean Stosklosa.
He's another good Mount Pleasant kid. I've seen him play. He's got to play for you.
Yeah, he played for me on 6th, 7th grade team.
Yeah, he's a good athletic, smart kid, obviously.
Yeah, great. He was a great kid. Still is a good kid.
He's facing a 2nd down and 10 now against the second and, well, basically the JV defense of the Land Sharks. He fakes the handoff, gets around a guy on the left side, and Stocklosa is slung down after he picked up 3 or 4.
I think it was J.B. Crady on the 53. J.B.
J.D.
Crady. Boy, there's another miss on the numbers. I think that's J.B. Crady or Luke Crady on the tackle, but good. It is. It's our JV squad in. I'm trying to see some other numbers, make sure we give all the love to these guys.
Here's that smell again.
Yeah, I think it's the trains. If that makes sense.
All right. Smells like burning wires.
Aren't they electric trains?
I see Nathan Cook in the game. Harris Wilson, Joey Harriet. There's old Gavin Welch is in at DB. I love seeing Gavin play defense. Kyle Baldwin, and who's number 45?
There you go.
That's Harris Wilson.
All right. Stocklosa, quick pitch to number 7. Held with the helmet.
45.
Harris Wilson, I just called his name. Holy cow, that was a monster hit.
Keaton Murray is probably wishing that clock would move a little bit faster.
See, this is smart. Campbell was smart to get rid of that ball.
Sawyer Arnold, young brother of Carson Arnold. You mentioned his name earlier tonight. He's out there, number 84 at linebacker. He's a hard-hitting kid. He's going to be a monster for us as well. Future's bright for the Land Sharks, Robert.
No question, man. There's a lot of players, and we got us a fine young football coach. And but for 1 point in the South Florence game, we'd be undefeated, but we're not. New punter is in there now, and timeout.
Hey, talking about Carson Arnold, Jason and I saw him at Citadel. They have him on D-line, and he looked like he gained 30, 40 pounds.
He's a beast.
Yeah,
I understand he's playing defensive end there.
He looks 250. He looks great.
We need to get some more update. I need to know how Rhett Powell's doing. We don't know. I haven't heard from Rhett. I do know Jacob Ashley actually has a broken foot. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Talked to his dad, Jason, a little bit earlier in the week. I think he's going to be potentially redshirted, which is not a bad opportunity for him. We need to get Jacob healthy and get his foot healed up. But wish him good wishes and get well soon, big fella. We need a Rico update.
Yeah, Rico, talked to his dad a couple weeks ago and saw a little video of him running all over the field, looking like the old Rico.
And where's he at? Where's Rico?
He's up in Pennsylvania somewhere, I believe.
William Penn, I think it is. No?
Yeah?
I think that's right. 4th down now. The punt coming from Academic Magnet. Clock running at about 3.5 minutes. And this punt's going to roll down to the...
Academic Magnet may have set their high school record for punts, like yardage tonight, because we just didn't drop anybody back.
Yeah, I still don't understand that, but...
All right, it's Coach Andrew Niemeyer on the sideline, guys. I talked to him last night. We went and watched the Bishop England JV game, which those guys put 46 points up against Hanahan. We may have a little dogfight next week, but I loved it. Coach Niemeyer was excited. He was going to be given the opportunity to make all the play calls on the second half of this JV squad. And I see he's got his guys huddled up there on about the 16-yard line. He's excited. He's a first-year head JV coach, and, man, he's having a blast coaching these young Sharks.
He's a good guy. A lot of fun to talk to.
He is a great guy. I'm so happy he's hired on as full-time at Oceanside. We've got our 5th quarterback sighting of the night. Gavin Welch is in.
All right, Gavin. He needs to score a touchdown in some form or fashion because all the other quarterbacks have done so tonight. But he's got to go a little over 80 yards. He completes this one out to the left side, and the receiver is going to go out of bounds.
Cade Lapadula.
I'm glad you said that one. Jay Lapadula.
That's a good football name, too. We got some great football names. A.J. Zarzaka, Johnny Gunn.
Yeah, I love
Cade
Johnny
Lapadula.
Gunn for a linebacker. It's great.
He picked up 8 yards on that one. He's going to have a 2nd down and 2. He's got less than 2 minutes now to make his mark with 6 points in this ball game.
I'd like to see Joey Harriet cut one loose here.
We put a guy in motion, our tight end. Hand it off again to that number 40. He picks up a 1st down and gets across the 30 up to the 32-yard line.
We had a 57 made a nice block.
That's Nathan Cookie.
Yeah,
Nathan Cook. He's I like that kid. Is talk about a super smart kid. He should be going to Academic Magnet. Actually, he's really bright kid, but he's aggressive. He's big. Again, another great up and comer.
Well, as good as Academic Magnet is, and there's no question about that, these Oceanside guys have brains too.
Oh,
and a flag comes in.
That flag might be the game. By the time they discussed it.
As Joey Harriet loses some yardage there, and there's a minute to go.
I know. Oh.
Holding against the Land Sharks.
I think.
Is that our 16th or 20th hold for the night?
I know, but this holding is going to be a good minute. Oh, he stopped the clock.
Nope.
No, they didn't.
He's trying to.
Well, the clock is moving.
Yeah, it's going to be game.
Down to 40 seconds.
He keeps on trying to stop it.
The referees don't seem to be in a hurry. They do call for the clock to stop. I think that's what they're doing.
Hey, listen.
Well,
I'm going to say something that's a bit aggressive here.
It's going to be kind of
It's going to be close. I don't know. I don't know if you could snap it in 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's not worth what I was going to say.
Yeah, not at this point.
You're already fired.
You got fired from one job.
I don't want to make it 2 tonight.
Let's not make it a double swish night.
Attaboy. Good job, Coach Wilkes, taking that knee there.
Yeah, we take
right thing to do.
This ball game is going to be over here up in North Charleston at the CCSD 4 Stadium, where the Land Sharks, as expected, walk away. Your final score, 55-0, Oceanside over Academic Magnet. Robert Brunson here with Chris Swisher and our producer, Scott Krafchick, and our excellent cameraman, Ty.